What's up, good people? Finally, the first episode of the RoundTable, the People's Mic, Kenya's first 360-degree news podcast. Wapi Makos?
We are here.
Finally.
I am your host, the news guy, your headlines plug, and we are going to talk politics. We are going to talk about things both good and bad that happened in 2025. We're going to talk about the people we lost. And of course, we're going to talk about the moments that brought us together. Na najua nyinyi wawili amtakubaliana ni nani anatangulia kujiintroduce. Hebu chezeni rock paper scissors mwe ni nani?
Acha nimshinde. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Teacher Shay, you go first.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chashay on TikTok. I'm Chashay on all those social media handles, and I'm happy to be one of the people who are featuring today in the round table. This is the People's Mic, and this is where we are going to be talking about current affairs and the things that are affecting you and me on a daily basis. So, welcome to this show.
Ama namna gani producer wapi kengele ya Teacher Shay? Hebu bonyeza kengele ya Teacher Shay. Now on to our energy. Yani huyo akiwa kwa crew hawezi boeka. Gen Z Buddy.
So guys, habari zenyu. I am Gen Z Buddy on all social media platforms. I am honored to be here with you guys. You are good people.
Wewe unafanya tunakaa serious.
You are doing well.
I'm honored to be
Video is a privilege, you know.
Sasa uko professional mbaya. Uko professional.
Nakuanga hivi. Ni vile sijaipata camera serious. Otherwise nakuanga hivi. Anyway, karibuni sana. This is the RoundTable, the People's Mic. We are here because of you. This is your mic. We will just be addressing what you want us to address. Karibuni sana and tupige show.
Asante sana. I hope hawajakuonyesha bano ziko wapi. Karibu Nairobi.
Ishi Nakuru sana.
Anyway, guys, before we go into the conversation, why don't we see some highlights? We watch some highlights of key events that happened in 2025. Producer, bonyeza hiyo kitu. All right. So we are going to start by talking about the politics of 2025. 2025 kumekuwa na vitu mingi, man.
Mambo mob.
Unajua kuna vitu zili happen January. I was going through the news and there are things that happened in January. Nilikuwa nazisoma and I'm like, didn't this happen in August? Si imefanyika juzi tu.
I know, right?
Yeah, and so without delay, let's talk about the things that happened in 2025. Tukianza na one that happened in March, the big one. The broad-based government agreement.
Teren. Ding.
Mm-hmm. Let me start from here.
Yeah.
The broad-based arrangement was as a result of the Gen Z protests that had happened back in 2024. And I think the young people were just about to change the status quo of this country. But again, the political the political class infiltrated that particular movement.
That's true.
Because they saw this was like a career-threatening movement to them. And for me, I have never looked at the broad-based government in any other way. That is how I've been looking at the broad-based government.
Broad-based government. Shay! Anajifanya ati ulimi umeteleza. Shay!
Tuseme tu kweli. It is founded on greed. The broad-based government is founded on greed.
Shots fired.
Yeah, let them be fired because when the youths are being fired with shots outside here,
ni kweli. Is it bread-based, blood-based, broad-based?
It is all of those.
Wewe butuambie, is it bread-based, broad-based or blood-based?
Kwanza tutoe the broad part because I feel like the broadness of it ended a while back, and you know why I'm saying that. So bread, blood, na collabo. and one day you don't listen.
Let me just interject. You see, I'm not faulting Raila Odinga on all these things. I'm not faulting William Ruto on all these things. But the youths died.
Yes.
They did a lot.
They died.
Them,
yeah.
And you remember Raila Odinga had said in the broad-based arrangement, there will be a intergenerational conclave of people who are going to ensure that the youths who are affected during the post-election sorry about the post-election violence thing, but the youths who are affected during the protests are going to be catered for. There will be a dialogue. There will be a dialogue of how the country should move forward. But again, if you look at it now, there is nothing that has been done since ever then. So, I mean, the broad-based government was not founded on the well-being of this
country.
So, tukifunga your conversation about the broad-based government, I want us to talk about it in the context of post-Raila Odinga's death. Because I know we're going to talk about Raila Odinga's death, but let's talk about the broad-based government post-Raila Odinga. What do you guys think? Itafika 2027 ama kidogo is the ship?
And that's why I've emphasized the broad part of it ended. I don't think it's broad-based anymore. As much as wanaisema, ulituacha kwa broad-based, tutabaki kwa... The broad part of it, inaenda ikididimia as we go. Kwa sababu, again, we'll talk about ODM, but the broad-based part of it.
Unasema.
Ayuko. It's just a based government now.
Yeah, you see, this issue of whether it is going to survive, I'm not so sure about it because I've seen ODM are trying to push for a new arrangement within the broad-based government. They have new terms on the broad-based.
Yeah, I heard about it. Gladys Wanga talking about it.
Yes.
That was it Osotsi?
Yeah, Godfrey Osotsi was also speaking about it. And for me, the way I see ODM right now, ODM is quite divided.
Cracks are there.
Yeah, because there are some different fronts which are pushing in totally different directions. There are those who want independence of ODM, and then there are those who want to depend on the government for longevity.
So amazing. Hold that thought because we're going to talk about ODM. Okay. April, first of all to April. Echoes of War, Cleo Malala. Two questions, both a moral question.
Hiyo kitu tungeact. But then vile wakutupe chance. Mungetupatia tu hiyo script. Anifa, I mean.
Roger, if you're given a chance to act, Anifa, you will have acted.
Wewe.
Lakini haezi ogopa. This one is
Jezibadi,
ni sisi millennials.
Hapana, mimi nilikuwa nimesema hiyo suggestion. Nilikuwa nishaambia Malala atupatie tu script kwa sababu amefinyilia watoto. Atupatie script tuende stage.
You know what I wondered about that particular moment in time when the Butere girls were doing this echoes
of war play,
during that national it was the national
drama festivals,
drama festivals, You know, the girls were even being
given state security
and the place where they were accommodated, which for me was raising a lot of questions. Is why would just a single school be given state security? And then, the guise of it is the next day when they were going to perform, you saw that they wrote a statement as a school that they could not performed.
Yeah.
And we know the circumstances that led to that. They found an empty
hall.
And that makes me think two questions, two sides to the coin, or two sides of the coin, both a moral question and a legal question. The legal part was, extensively handled by the courts, and whatever happened ultimately. But now the moral question, because the moral questions that were being raised, ilikuwa one, was it right to use children under 18 minors to fight political battles? That was the first moral question. But the other, number two, ilikuwa, there's something people say on X, war is war. So if the government is going to use police officers to achieve political goals, then why can't Cleo Malala also use his talent and people who can best act the play to fight that political war? What do you guys think?
I honestly don't think it was the fact that serikali iliingilia ndio sasa iliturn ikakuwa a political war. These are kids. They are, it's a play. It's a play. No. It is
hakuwa najua
ni drama festival, ni play na hawa watoto. Unajua drama festival inaenda na stages. Si mnajua hivyo? Inaanzia zonal and then you go to the county level, to the regional level. Hiyo play ilipitia all those levels. Kwa nini sasa venye imefika nationals ndio imekuwa a political war? It was a war wakirihas shule ingeanzia hapo.
So for me, let's be realistic.
Yes.
Cleophas Malala is a politician.
True.
Sasa hiyo ako producer. But ni sawa. Ni sawa basi.
Bado hawezi mtu hapo yuko, but ni sawa, tutamtoa tu hapo very soon. Cleophas Malala is a politician.
Yes.
And any politician will be vested into something because they have got some interest in that particular thing. Now, this echoes of war.
Yes.
I only would have a problem with Malala being the producer.
Unasema kama Malala hangekuwa producer,
ungekuwa sawa.
No, I will say some dynamics of the push and pull from the government will be quite minimal. It couldn't be so
Malala.
Yeah.
By the way, because he was a supporter of the government, tunafaa pia tukue na hiyo in mind. Na sahi sasa he's in the opposition.
Yes.
But I will emphasize they are kids. And again, it was just a play. It was just a play.
I understand. And then I don't know how high schools do it.
Yes.
Because I don't know whether high schools are the ones who hire somebody who should come and do the script writing of the play and producing it. Because I hear Malala also had got another incident back then.
Alikuwa nayo. What was that? It was something.
It was a play,
it was nimesahau jina, but yes, it was a play too.
Yeah, in again, I think some school around there again.
Yeah, it was a school in Western.
Yeah. And it was banned. Yeah, there were some scuffles until it was banned. Allegedly. So
Shackles of Doom.
Asante.
Thank you, Madam Producer. Asante. Anyway, now I'm just going to segment this whole part to media. Juu hapa kulikuwa na story mingi sana zili happen. And I'm going to wrap it up as the protests. Because hii story sasa ilianza from around May. And then tukaingia June, tukaenda July, Sabasaba. So let's talk about the protests in general, starting with the death of Albert Ojwang. And then that, of course, leads to the protests on the 17th of June. Boniface Kariuki gets shot. We know what happened. He died on the 30th of June. And then post that, we have the 25th of June commemoration protests. And then we move to July, the Sabasaba protests. So the protests in general, and the big question I'm asking myself here, were they as effective as those that happened in 2024? And kama tunaweza taka gauge the success, ni milestones gani ama ni achievements gani tunaweza sema tulipata from the 2025 protests? What do you guys think?
So let me make this clear. Whether there were some gains from this protest of 2025 or not, at least it is showing that the youths of this country
are awake.
Yeah, they are awake and
they will punchline. Producer anafaa kupiga kengele.
Ting ting ting.
Whether there were gains or not,
the youth of this country
are
awake and they are not ready to relent on matters of bad governance, leaders not being accountable, and leaders not being transparent and having integrity that is needed to drive this nation forward.
Yeah.
Now, this particular protest of 2025, I understand many people died. And let me start with that one of that incident of Albert Ojwang.
Albert Ojwang, yes.
For me, the father of Albert Ojwang is the person who I am most angry with. And I just want people to get me in context.
Yeah.
Don't get me out of it.
Yes.
That just get me in context.
Yeah.
The youth of this country want to fight for justice for your son.
Albert, yeah.
Walijitokeza wakasema hata kumzika tutamzika.
Hata Jenzibadi walikuwa huko. Jenzibadi walikuwa huko si ndio Jenzibadi.
Hivyo #justice for
And then the father comes out and says, you know what, guys, I understand you're just fighting for one of you, the youths, but watu kufa, people who die, people have died before.
Akatuzima kama mshumaa alifanya hivi.
Now the anger, and then the use of this country, I think we are also funny lot. We are funny lot when it comes to anger, because your anger yenye tulikuwa nayo against the government, some of it now was diverted
to the father.
Yeah, and I think it was just a ploy.
Good reasons.
Yeah, like you have.
Really good reasons. Because watu walikuwa wamesema hata kama unahitaji 10 million kuzika Albert Ojwang, tutachanga na itafika.
Exactly.
Bora usichukue pesa ya
gava.
You know who. Yes.
Ya gava, si ati you know who. Ya gava. Yes. So for me, the father of Albert Ojwang, where he is, fine. He is the father of Albert Ojwang.
And you know right now, by the way, and sorry for interrupting you, Teacher Shei.
Yeah.
But by Albert Ojwang's dad has filed a new request with the ODPP so that the alleged main complainant in the case, when alikuwa complain to Albert Ojwang, and that's the DIG Eliud Lagat, akwe attached to the case as a defendant. Yanasema yeye, but I mean the DIG should be involved in the matter. What do you guys think about this? Should Kenyans help him now? Do you rekindle this story yote? Ama sasa let him fight his own battles?
Yeah, so you know, fine. Kenya is a country which is it should follow a rule of law. So if right now is the right time when Meshach Ojwang, that is the father of Albert Ojwang, has felt that it is okay for him to pursue justice properly for his son, then there is no problem. But the only problem I have with Meshach Ojwang and that generation of Wakina Baba Albert, most of them have a problem of maintaining a status quo. As we were really fighting hard, so that this kijana yake, Albert Ojwang, because he's one of us, apate justice. But you see, he was one of the people who I will say impeded that process of justice because the anger that the youths had neutralized and went to...
I get you.
Yeah.
But the Gen Z umenyamaza sana juu ya story, and you can even realize energy yake imechange. She's
sad.
PTSD.
She's sad about this problem. She's sad about this. Yeah.
She went through a lot. 2025 protests. Kwanza wewe ulitokea 2025?
Definitely. Lazima.
And compared to 20...
Huyu alishikadi makanista hivi. Lakini akamshia watu.
Ngoja. So, were they successful? Unajua, I think success should not be measured na kama alishuka ama hakushuka. You know, success ni hiyo tulitokea. Na watu walikuwa wengi. Like, kwanza Kiambu Road people were watu wangemanage tu kuingia CBD.
By the way,
nayo serikali pia this time 10-0 walitupiga 10-0. Juu the blockades were kwa kila barabara, every main road, Kiambu Road, Mombasa Road, Thika Road. Yani they made sure watu hawatafika CBD. Lakini tungefika CBD. Let me hold that thought. Okay. Was it successful? Definitely. You tu kutokea by itself, that's success. That is success because may we never forget. To emphasize to may we never. Unajua Kenyans tunakuwa na tabia ka mental ka akili ka sijui I don't know how to explain it, but sisi ni wale watu wa tukiona hii tumesahau hii, tukiona hii tumesahau hii. May we never forget. Every 25th tokea, kumbuka Rex, kumbuka, say their names. Say their names. May we never forget. Yeah, so it was successful.
That's interesting, and which reminds me, because you have said something super profound, and talking about every year remembering the victims of the protests, remembering Kina Rex, Kina Albert Ojwang, Kina Boniface Kariuki, Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
What do you think about the future of politics and protests in Kenya? Because the government now, venye uliona wamefanya this year, wako na that intentionality ya suppress protests, and it almost worked venye walieka blockades and everything. And so what do you think should happen kwa the protest space in Kenya to make them at least ikue yes, they were successful, watu walitokea, but kulikuwa na goals, watu walikuwa wamesema tunataka kufanya hivi, sitazitaja na hizo hazikufanyika. So if that were to happen, what do you think should change? What should people do in the future? And what do you think generally about the political organization of the youth in this country? Should we have a party?
I think we should be more politically organized.
Yeah.
There's someone who asked me a question, and I didn't have the answer to the question, and I want to ask you people. We always say, must go, must go. He goes today. What happens? Because kuna issue ilikuwa Bangladesh. Bangladesh waliandamana, na government ikaisha, na ika step down, but they didn't have a plan. After that, they didn't have a plan. It's 1 year later, it's 1 year down the line. The face of the protest ameuliwa, wanaulizwa, vitu zimechange hapana, vitu tu ziko venye zilikuwa last year. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu hawakuwa na plan. Na hata sisi, I feel like we are not well politically organized. Like, tuko tu, he must go, he must go. He goes. Just imagine today, he has gone. What next?
So, Mimi, I wouldn't look at it in that perspective of really what next. I will say the youth we need what you will call a lobby group. The lobby group will be a political movement. Yes. Now, I will speak about how one of the countries in the Middle East is a very successful lobby group, and that is Israel. Israel is a very successful country when it comes to lobbying for their interest, even in foreign nations. So what they need is resources. The youths of this country were almost making a hospital.
Manze.
You remember?
I remember.
Guys.
The Gen Z hospital. But what happened to that?
Gen Z badi tuambie juu unajua ilikuwa inaitwa Gen Z hospital. So
imagine kabisa tulikuwa
yeah, I know. You see, that's the thing now we have as
organization.
If the youth of this country can come up with a political party, and we say that all the youths are going into this party, it will be easier for us to lobby people, especially the youths, to be in that. You see that your table in what do you bring in on the table?
Yes.
Or what's my cut on the table and all that. The youths are going to take almost the whole of that table because we are many.
Now, my question is, the biggest impediment imekuwa towards the formation of this lobby group or this organization or this party ni the different interests, first of all, and then the leadership structure. Because people whom have been identified in the past as potential leaders, wameturn out kukuwa manyoks, you know.
And pia I think hiyo line ya we are leaderless, we are tribeless, we are less inatu affecting sana.
So
it's a positive thing, but tukiangalia the negative side of it pia, because we can't trust anyone. Like tuna feel tu kesho tukiambia news guy be the leader wa Gen Zs, ataitwa na must go. Naanze kuona akisema tamu si jamu.
Personally, I usually look at this from a different angle. And my perception or my approach in Akwaga, why don't we make this a social movement first before making it a political movement? Because from where I sit, Kenya's problem is not political. I'm sorry to say. I usually feel it's a social problem, a culture problem. Kwa sababu mwanasiasa huwa hakuji kwa stage akwambie upande gari imejaa. And then ikifika kwa roadblock,
ujifiche.
Huyu jamaa toe chwani. Ndiyo asishikwe. You see? So what if the Gen Zs of this country and everyone who believes in that dream, tuanze na very simple things. Kama kusema, if you believe in a beautiful country, ukipata
don't
gari
litter.
Usipande.
Kwa gari imejaa.
Na ukiona mtu anataka kupanda, lakini pia mkiamua hamjazi gari, ikifika kwa roadblock, driver akijaribu kupeana hongo, msikubali. You get?
Yeah.
Number 2, venye umesema, don't litter. Number 3, concerts.
But
Ama
it's the
games.
simple things.
Nunua ticket.
Usioccupy.
Yeah, so, okay, let me be indifferent with you a little bit because of, there is, a leader also plays a very big part in whatever we are talking about. And you remember when, I'll go to Rwanda in a while, but you remember when the Gen Zs wanted to build a hospital?
Yes.
Now infiltration came in.
Yeah.
Everybody was opening their pay bill. You get? Everyone was opening their pay bill.
Yo time Safaricom waliunda mado. Mapebil zilikuwa tu Gen Z hospital. Hospital Gen Z.
Already you could see infiltration in it, yeah? So that infiltration is coming from somewhere above. Let's go to Rwanda. Rwanda, you have, of course, I don't know how to call him, but you know, Kagame.
The president.
You know, Kagame.
I don't know how to
In
call
as much as he's winning every election, but he's winning every election without going into retirement. Allegedly, he is doing very great things in Rwanda.
Yeah.
You step into Kigali like this, manze, that's the beginning of Europe in Africa.
Unasema utaona Nairobi kama kitongoji duni.
Exactly.
Kitongoji ni serious.
It's only that what's affecting them is the population and the workforce and everything. But even he loves Kenyans very much, if you have noticed, because Kenyans have got that work will force and all those kinds of things. But the leader, Uyo Kagame, you can see things that he is influencing on the ground. They are working perfectly. In Rwanda, unaona these hongo-hongos that you see here, around here in Kenya. In Rwanda, wewe jipange. Jariku tu ati uko kwa police station, ati kuna sijui nani anapatiwa pesa gani ndio utoke.
Normal.
Uko hauwezi. It has come to that in Rwanda. And they have accepted it.
So you say it starts from the top. Even the cultural shift should start from the top.
That person should actually even lobby people more to get out of that culture. But you can't come on a roadside declaration and tell me that from today you will not pay for the IDs. But you go on the ground the same day, you go and pay for replacement of IDs. I mean, then it means there is, even if there is a cultural problem down here, but again,
there's
the leader
at the top,
yeah. So it has to be something which to be swept systemically.
I will differ. Wacha tu ni sikusupport. Sikusupportingi, but I sikusupport cha ukwelo. I feel like change starts with you. Change starts with you. Sai tukiangalia tu situation yetu, the leaders we have, you can't tuwezi sema ati let it start it will never start.
Yeah.
It starts with you. Wewe mwenyewe tukisema kama niyo venye news guy amesema ikuwe a social thing. Wewe you personalize it. Useme I will never litter, sitawahi ingia matatu imejaa. I will never do this, I will never occupy a concert. I will never, unaona? It begins with you.
Amazing, and I think what's coming out is that this is a sort of a chicken-egg problem. As in, what came first? Is it the bad leaders, the bad culture?
Yeah,
the people. And what do you guys think? Drop it in the comment section. How do you guys think the Gen Z, the youth of this country, wanafaa kuji-organize ndio whatever tunataka kufanya ifanyike? Drop that in the comments. And as you do that, I'd just love to remind you that this episode has been shot live on location from Kajim Events Studios.
Clock it.
Mimi Mazai Joe, the experience here is amazing. As you can see, they've got amazing studio space. Wako na high-end, top of the range equipment, and the vibe here is also amazing. So if you've got any production work you want done, why don't you talk to Kajim Events? You can find them on socials as Kajim Events on all socials. See you on part 2 of 2025 news wrap. The Roundtable, the People's Mic. We are going to talk about Raila.
Kwanza huyo.
Part 3 inakuja. We are going to talk about by-elections. Wamudende.
Huyo.
Chaliole kura.
But for now, from us at the Roundtable, tunasema adios. See you on part 2.
Adios, muchachos.